All right, listen, everybody. Y'all know who y'all came to see. You seen them on Chappelle's show. You just watched them on Netflix, The Degenerates. You watched them kill them on Nick and Friends on Showtime. Hollywood Improv, I need y'all to start making some noise right now. Start making some noise right now. Russia, start making some noise. Make some noise, everybody. Give it up for Donnell Rawlings, everybody.
Thank you. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Thanks for coming out to my first podcast. Thanks for the Russians coming in. Appreciate you. Psych, don't trust Russians like that. Y'all got too many secrets. Russian bitches suck your dick and save the nut. Russian bitch will suck your dick. I am keeping secret in my mouth. It is secret in my mouth. It is good, yes? Yes, it is, Russian bitch. Is that racist? Fuck it. Sometimes racism could be funny. I'm about to tell y'all a racist experience. I know this is fucked up. All right, first off, this coronavirus got me fucked up. Not literally, but my dumb ass niggas like, nigga, I don't want to drink Corona no more. Wow, niggas getting sick off that shit. But I was at the LAX airport the other day, right? I was in an international terminal, right? And there was a group of Chinese niggas. I don't know what type of Chinese niggas they was. They could have been Japanese Chinese niggas. They could have been Korean Chinese niggas. They was Chinese niggas. That's how I look at them. I don't know what type of Chinese nigga you are, nigga. I know you a Chinese nigga, son. And I know this is fucked up and I gotta get my life together, right? But I was walking past them, right? It was a whole bunch, like 30 Chinese niggas, right? And I did like this. Is that racist, nigga? I held my breath. I was like, some people say that that joke was too soon. Now listen, I believe in some cases, I'm a comedian 25 years, I believe in some cases a joke could be too soon. But somebody that's been doing comedy for 25 years, I don't think it ever could be too soon for a funny observation. And I've been the king of too soon for fucking all my goddamn career. I even got a throwback too soon. Some people didn't really appreciate this video, but I did it anyway because I was trying to encourage motherfuckers to not get yourself into certain situations. So for everybody sitting here tonight, I thank y'all for coming out tonight. This is the Donnell Rawlings Show. Anybody subscribe to this channel, I appreciate it. If you don't subscribe, make sure you subscribe. I'm not saying I'm a professional. I'm not saying I'm Joe Rogan. But what I'm saying is I'm a person that's got a voice. And what I understand is people want to hear it, so I'm gonna continue to get y'all to Donnell Rawlings Show. Give yourself a round of applause. And this was me too soon, fucking 10 years ago.
Berlin comedy, don't get yoked.
Hello. Are you a victim of domestic violence? Or do you know someone in a physically abusive relationship? If so, you are not alone. Every day, millions of women around the world are punched, bruised, and battered by some punk-ass loser with control issues. In light of the controversy surrounding Chris Brown's alleged attack on Rihanna, gossip cites rumor that his defense is he didn't choke her, he yoked her. To be yoked is to be grabbed or pulled in a jerk-like manner by the neck or arm, causing a whiplash-like motion. We believe that domestic violence against women can never be justified. However, there are preventative measures that can be taken to avoid getting yoked. The following testimonials illustrate this point.
I didn't even know what a yoke was until I got yoked, and that was very painful. I said, look, you can't be a real man if you ain't about more than 3 inches. And he came at me real hard. Then I took $1,000 off his dresser. I slept with his best friend, and I put that stuff up on Facebook. That was my status. I sucked your best friend's and we had dinner. What would I say for women to not be yoked? Shut the up, because men are violent, yo. Real violent. Don't ever tell a man he's not a man. Also, there's certain looks that you can't give a man. Like, you can never look at a man like I'll f you up, because you will get yoked. Why I think Rihanna may have gotten yoked is because she doesn't know when to shut her mouth. She got a big mouth. You could see it in her last video. There's certain things you can't say to a man, and Rihanna she lost consciousness. I think there's a lot of women who think they're stronger than men. Like, I slapped my man upside the head a couple of times, about 10 times. I couldn't control myself, you know? And after a while, he couldn't control himself either. I think a man can yoke you into a natural hairstyle. I used to be straight, and now I'm nappy.
You don't try to yoke somebody because I couldn't get dinner right. I like to have a good time. I like to party and do that type of Hello? Hey, girl! Hell yeah. All right, okay, I'm there. His dinner, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm a single lady, I'm a single lady, I'm a single lady. Oh, what you doing,
Hi, I know you know me as the sleek girl, but I too once got yoked in Korean.
이렇게 자주 있어요. 이거 나는 이렇게 cool 조금 좋다.
And this guy, my 남자친구, was like, 이렇게 지금
야, 너는 뭐 하니? 이렇게 욕. 욕은 하지 마요.
Don't get yoked.
Though we give these examples to help reduce the occurrence of domestic violence, the motto remains the same. Yoke me once, shame on you. Yoke me twice, shame on you.
Don't get yoked.
욕은 하지 마요. Please.
Say, yo, that twerk win? Yo, no, let me understand. Like, I mean, that twerk win.
It's fake beef. It's plant-based. You don't know about black guys? You've never been in a car and smelled? No, not black guys. Black guys. Oh, son! Drop a beat! Drop a beat! Drop a bomb on that! Donnell Rawlings show, live in your face. Fuck y'all bitch ass nigga. You never take my place, nigga. Yo, first off, I want to thank y'all for coming out. This is the first taping of the Donnell Rawlings show. And as I said earlier, I know a joke's too soon. And the reason that video, I did that video like, what, how long ago was that?
11 years ago.
Yeah, 11.
11 years ago. 11 years ago, and everybody thought I was fucking off the chain and crazy for doing it then, and they still feel the same way. But I did a podcast a while ago, and it was called Donnell Rawlings. It was called Mans and Them. And it was basically trying to, you know, me connecting with some guys in my life that I thought was my mans, this motherfucker ride or die day one motherfuckers. And I'm a man. Some people consider me be like, what is it? What's that word?
Gay?
Toxic. The opposite, toxic. What is it? Toxic
masculinity.
Why you got to be so strong when you fucking say toxic masculinity? Well, people say, would I be a toxic masculine motherfucker?
Yes, that's how I met you. You were toxic to me.
What?
we were at Stand Up New York, and you came up and grabbed my
Wait a minute,
ass.
you couldn't wait to tell his story?
You did yell at me.
You know somebody,
you yelled at me.
No, listen, you know how somebody, listen,
Yeah.
you know how somebody got a beef with you, and you think they cool with you, and then you say something like, oh, I was waiting for this shit.
I thought this was your R. Kelly documentary, and we were telling our Me Too story.
No, first off, I only want to give you my opinion on the R. Kelly documentary shit, because I felt sorry for them bitches on the first season, but the second season, bitch, don't go to the studio.
They got that second
You can't get peed on if you don't go to the studio.
Facts.
You on Surviving R. Kelly again? Go to church, bitch. So when you first, all right, I wanted to do the introduction. First off, I'm excited because we just did that video years ago, and the three ladies that are on this panel, what do you want to call it right now? I don't call them my manses in them, they're my bitches in them. I mean, in a very positive way. In the most positive way you can say the word bitch. Like, that's a bad bitch. That's what I mean by that. Not the way Snoop Dogg talked about Gayle King.
Oh.
That was a different bitch. He called her the type of bitches I didn't even know existed. Dog face, Purina cat child ass
Long
bitch.
face ass bitch.
I was like, you can't talk about Oprah friend like that. Because I didn't know her name was Gayle King for 10 years. I just said that bitch Oprah friend. So when you first, this is what I was going to say. These young ladies right here, right now, I love all of them for different reasons. And nothing that you perverts would think. But only because I met Jivanta years ago. She was a VJ. Was it a VJ?
Yeah, VJ.
You was a VJ. You know how long ago when I was even a job. Fuck is a VJ. That bitch was a vagina jockey, nigga. She was selling pussy. That's what they call her.
No. Video jockey.
Video jockey.
Yes.
A video jockey. I forget the name of it, but whatever. I met her. Not whatever. Dismissive.
They call them cam girls now.
We're going to get to your career in a second. But I first met her, and I seen her always trying to get into this business of acting, producing. She's been a dancer for years, probably toured with some of the best, what do you call it, groups?
Shakira,
Beyonce.
Missy Elliott.
She's out there. And we met in New York on that event. I was a big star, and she was a nobody.
Okay.
And she was all on my dick. She was all on my dick. She
No,
was on my
no,
dick.
no.
She was on my dick, son.
No.
She was like, that's him. That is him.
No.
That is him.
Tell the real
Look
story.
at him. His elbows is ashy.
No.
That is him. She was on my dick, son.
No.
But I would have been surviving R. Kelly if I tried. Okay,
I was like 19, and now I'm 33.
My mind's telling me no. Figuratively. And I seen her from New York, moved to LA. She's still doing her thing. She's doing a lot of shit. Esther Ku, you want to tell your fucking story now? We interrupt this program for a special announcement. The words, the lies, and the fabrication of this story Esther Ku is about to tell are all lies. In the world of Me Too, this could be dangerous and inspire other people to come out with their untrue stories. Now, back to their lives.
I was at Stand Up New York, just minding my own business, and then somebody...
Wait a minute.
Oh, shit.
No, go ahead.
And then somebody grabbed my ass, and I turned around. And
What? Wait a minute. Fuck that, son. Yo, this like 15 years ago. This is the time you Me Too.
You were allowed to do that.
Pre-Me Too. I didn't even know I was getting Me Too.
I grabbed your ass?
Yeah. And then
What?
I called Jason Steinberg, and I was like, yeah, I met Donnell last night. He grabbed my ass.
What?
And he just said, oh, yeah, he does that.
He never done that.
Wait. I gotta defend myself. Fuck that. Jason Steinberg, these are all lies. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. But I didn't grab her ass. How? Do you even see her ass?
Oh.
No, tell him why you don't tour with him anymore. Tell him.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute, y'all. Okay, first off, did y'all like pre-production before y'all came here?
Did we gather our stories to come against you? Yes, Donnell.
Yes, women talk now.
The bitches bark back.
Yes.
Oh, first off, this is not fair. Because the name of this episode, I I had 2 names this episode, right? Right? 2 names of it.
Yes.
And you didn't like the first one.
No.
I said Donnell Rawlings, the Donnell Rawlings show.
Asses he grabbed.
And what was it? What was it? I said, what did I
It
say?
was the bitches.
Right, okay, but I didn't mean it in a bad way. And then I said another one, and what did the other one say?
Who run the world, girls?
So
like
this
that
is what I'm saying. I didn't want to put you guys in a bad way. And this was all my love for women and how powerful in the industry. And I said, I want to call it, I said, okay, who ran the world, girls? And then y'all just fucking attacked me.
That's
that
what we
fair?
do now. We're powerful now.
Now? What
We
did
have
you
a voice.
We got yoked, and now we won't do it
Can you
anymore.
tell him why you don't tour with him?
Well, there's more history to that.
Wait a minute,
Well,
what the fuck?
you put me in your DVD.
No, I didn't put you in my DVD. And this is what I knew Esther Ku was a real Korean, right? Because if you saw it on that, it said the bootleg comedy, right? And I had this idea of bootleg comedy. And bootleg comedy, the backstory of it was comedy before the big lights. It's comedy before the shiny suits. It's comedy before you think you made it. It's like the grind spots, the grimy spots, the open mic. And I wanted to capture that. So I did this DVD. It was called Bootleg Comedy. Then I met Esther, and her background is in marketing, right? She wasn't even really on the fucking DVD. She was on DVD like laughing, like ha, nothing crazy.
No, I said you should market a dildo, but an ashy one. You should sell black ashy dildos as part of your merch.
She wondered why she got her ass grabbed. What the fuck I'm supposed to do? But the thing was, so I had a cover, I had artwork, I had a cover for the DVD, and she wasn't really on the DVD. She did Photoshop before memes and shit. And she put on a bootleg comedy featuring Esther Ku, and she made herself bigger than everybody on that shit. I was like, what the fuck you doing? I was like, oh, you Korean.
I was making money at my show.
Yeah, you was. You were a hustler. And then you said, I didn't even know this. I know Annie, Annie, you told me that.
Yeah, it was, I moved to New York.
4th of July barbecue.
Yeah, I moved to New York to do comedy. Esther, I was staying on the couch of Esther's childhood friend, Paul Shin. He was like...
No shit.
He's
Paul
black.
Shin.
He's not
Okay,
he's
good.
not Asian. No, but they were childhood friends, and then he was like, "Oh, you want to do comedy? My friend Esther is a comedian." Then Esther was like, "You should come to this party with me, with Donnell Rawlings." I was like, "Who's that?" And she was like, "Ashley Larry." And I was like, "Who?" And no. But I knew I was a fan, and then we went to the barbecue, and I had done like 2. I had just quit drinking. I had done like 2 open mics.
Boo.
And you were like, I know, you would have for sure gotten your dick sucked, but sorry, no more Jaeger. You met me like 2 weeks too late. But so Esther brought me to the party, 4th of July party, and too soon, too late. And then I was talking to a friend of yours, and he's like, "You're funny, are you a comedian?" I go, "Yeah, I'm trying to do it." And then he goes to you, "Put her on your show," because you had just started doing Mashup Mondays on Monday nights at, what was the club called?
Laugh Lounge.
Laugh Lounge on Essex. And you were like, "Come do my show." R.I.P. You were like, "Come do my show." And I was like, "I'm not ready." And you fucking humiliated me in front of everyone.
How did I do that?
You went like this. You went like, you pretty much, I think you said, "Fuck you, go hard or go home." You're like, "That's so embarrassing."
That's his favorite.
It was right. No, it was right. You got me into, you like flipped a switch in me.
And you say it's tough love.
Yeah.
No, the reason why, because so many people.
No, it was good.
No, because so many people, I've mentored people before, and so many people.
Mentor.
And I'm not
Mentor.
saying,
I'm just kidding. He doesn't
Mentor.
really do that.
I'm not saying it in a bad way, but.
No, he was never sexual.
Never.
Never.
I'm not saying it in a bad way. I just like to help people. And people always come up to me and they're like, "Yo, I want to do comedy and everything." And for somebody who hears it all the time, I'm like, "All right, you want to do comedy? Okay, I'm going to put you on right now."
Right.
And then they start going, ubba-da. You know, it's like, ubba-da. You know, I thought you said, and like, for me, I believe that, I think anybody, even in this audience right now, and there's some people in here that probably thought about doing comedy, whatever. I'm not saying everybody will get to a certain amount of success with it, but if you've had the idea of doing it, I'm always going to encourage you to try it. I'm not going to say you're going to be whack, but I'm going to say, yo, motherfucker, you never know.
Yeah,
You know
what are you going to not do it?
Yo, what was that?
Yeah, what are you going to not do it?
But a lot of people do. They go ubba-da.
Well, because you make us nervous because you're so funny.
But that's not why I'm there to help you. I understand that, and I know I could be intimidated because I am nice with it. But what I'm saying is, hello, it's the truth, nigga. I can't sing, but nigga, let me get a stage.
No, but you gave me my shot. Remember?
I gave you a shot.
Yeah,
but I want to finish. I want to explain what I was saying. So if somebody approaches me, and I look in their face and be like, oh, I really want to do it. I'm like, oh, if you really want to do it, I know it sounds weird. People don't do this all the time. I'm like this. I'll give you the opportunity right then. I've had shows where it's like dope shows, dope lineup, and it'd be a motherfucker like, yo, man, I want to do it. I'm like, all right, you up next. And the reason why I said that because I've seen you before, not you, but a person like yourself, like, I want to do it, and they kind of, and as long as I've been doing it, I don't have time to fuck with somebody who's trying to get it together. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do it, I'm like this. Do it, motherfucker, right now. So I did that, and you stepped up to it.
Yeah, no, I came on Monday. Jivanta was there with her. With DJ
what did I say? Wait a minute, you didn't finish it. What did I say?
He goes, go hard or go home. He's like, if you're gonna say you do it, do it. Like, never don't do it. You were like, if Steven Spielberg comes up to you right now and is like, I'm auditioning you to play not me, obviously that'll be blackface, but to be an African, like, you're like, I'm gonna do the accent. I don't know the accent. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try. You know.
But the interesting thing about you, and I'm very proud of you. And the reason why I'm saying that because I saw you go from that stage as a fucking little bird in the nest, like, because when you first started, you weren't that good.
It was so good. I'll tell you my first joke. Go ahead.
When I'm saying that, I'm not saying that in an insulting way.
No, I know.
I'm saying it in a way like, you were very deadpan. You were very sarcastic. Yeah. You were very dark. You know what I'm saying? And everything that I knew about you from just having conversations with you, I was like, man, this is what I said. Man, once this girl finds her voice, it's going to be off to the races. I was like this. She's struggling right now because you got to get used to having stage presence. And there's a whole bunch of things. You know, like what joke I'm going to tell? Can I tell a joke if my father's in the audience or if he's not in the audience? And you've told some jokes with your father in the audience. And I was like this. That's fucking too soon.
It was fucked up. Yeah.
But with that said, like, I was like,
I would never bring my dad to a show.
My dad was on stage.
Your dad. What are you talking about?
I brought my dad and my brother on stage and like asked them. I was like asking my dad if he liked me or my brother more. Like shit, you let me do whatever I wanted.
But my point is, and I'm trying to stay because I always interrupt. I'm trying to stay on topic. Is that I knew once you found your voice, it was gonna be crazy. And then I think when you were just starting, I moved to LA, so I wasn't there to see your career, like you growing, because I was like this. Oh shit, she's finally getting. Then I started seeing you pop up on MTV on Girl Code. I started seeing you pop up on these fucking marquees and shit. I was like, oh shit, the world finally saw what I saw, and that's why even to this day, whenever I see you on some shit, I really get excited because I was like, I really saw it before everybody got it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I know you're my comedy papa. You also once
and then you got brand new on me.
No, we'll talk about that. Yeah, no, he's so full of shit. You're so full of shit. But also, you took my notes once. I was like, this is my third time doing comedy or whatever. Right. All my friends are in the audience. I'm all excited. I'm like nervous. I'm trying to like memorize my jokes. You grab my notes. You're like, fuck you, bitch. I was like, what?
No, I said.
You were like, but you said something good. You were like, I was like, but I'm going to forget. And you go, that's when the good stuff comes, when you forget what you're going to say on stage. Yeah. And then I probably stood there silently staring at people sweating. But
you did, but I know some people get so married to like, everybody gets married to like, I'm writing jokes. I got these jokes, I got these jokes. But you can sell jokes or you can tell jokes.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes if you rely on your jokes too much, you forget why you're on stage in the first place. And the reason why you're on stage in the first place, because you're a funny person.
Right.
And even that's what happens when people start getting really good. They don't have that youthful energy like, oh my God, I'm falling off a cliff. Yeah. Anything could fucking happen. So I did that as a like. I've done it to comedians before. They have this is my set list. I'm like, man, fuck that set list, nigga. Go hard.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, because also you're not in the moment when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking.
Yeah.
And Jivanta.
Oh my God, in the audience, DJ Drastic, DJ Drastic.
No, Jivanta. She was like, she's a very attractive young lady.
Thank you.
Hottie.
And like to the point where, you know, some men would look at her and say, that bitch ain't got to do shit. Is it too soon to say that? Some women, you look like, she ain't never got to work.
I'm more than my looks.
But it was so funny because she was into the dance and the personality, being a personality in front of a camera, and she told me she wanted to do stand-up. And I was like, I don't know if that's going to work. And I was, not it's going to work, but like I'm looking at it, I'm like that. It's so, I know this is crazy, it's so hard for a pretty woman in comedy because a lot of times guys just look at you in a sexual way. Women be envious of you, you know, but it was something she really wanted to do. And I was like, fuck it. She had her little joke pad and shit.
I did.
She did. She used to come to my house and we used to work out the notes and shit. And she had one set. First time she went on stage, it was like for four or 5 minutes. And it was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't that funny.
No, it was funny.
No, it was funny, but I was like, oh, man, the worst is when motherfucker funny right out the gate.
Yeah.
Because they start getting cocky and shit.
Yeah.
Yo, next week,
that
right?
next one was tough. No, the next one was tough.
The next week
one was like...
The next week, and I told her, I said, I just want to tell you, it's not a good idea to go on stage and talk about being pretty.
That's not what I did,
Yeah, I said it's not a good idea to talk about it because there's going to be a lot of unpretty bitches that's going to be like, bitch, you ain't all that. and they're going to be turned off, right? And she went on stage, and I don't know, I can't remember exactly how it happened, but she referenced pretty, and the audience was not having that shit. And it's so funny because if you know comedy, like when it's time for you to wrap up, they give you the light, letting you know, like, okay, it's time to wrap up, right? She got so nervous, they didn't even give her the light. She said, oh, they give me the light, I got to get out of here.
I was done.
She was like, oh, they give me the light, I got to get out of here. And it didn't work out well.
I cried in the corner, I remember.
She cried in the corner.
I called my dad.
Was Donnell laughing while
Donnell was like, no, you got to go hard or go home, son.
No,
fuck it.
But the reason, because I was just being honest. And she asked me, she was crying, right? And then all the dudes upstairs that was trying to smash her, you know, dudes would be like, oh, it's going to be okay. Yo, them niggas like this, they know she was whack. They like, oh, it's going to be all right. They want to say quit, bitch, but goddamn, this ass, son. They like, it's going to be okay. And she over there crying. She looked at me. She did like this. She said, what do you do when they're not laughing?
I said, what do you do when they don't laugh? What do they do?
What did he do when you don't laugh?
I don't know.
And I said, I looked her in her face. I said, if you're crying right now, you should fucking quit.
Yep.
I told her, I was like, because this ain't the shit.
And I quit.
And she quit. But she was an editor too, but she quit. And her whole comedy career lasted 9 minutes. 9 minutes.
No, I had a solid 15.
No, you ain't had no fucking solid 15.
I had a solid
You had
15.
9 minutes. She had 9 minutes, and then
15.
she made a YouTube video saying snippets from my show.
No, my friend did that.
She said snippets.
My friend did that.
She said snippets.
No, it had snippets.
I was like, bitch, that's your whole career.
I had snippets.
She was like, grand opening, grand closing.
Her retirement video.
She said snippets. I was like, oh my God, she's out of control.
I moved on to better things.
How did we first meet? Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah, it's in Ronan Farrow's book.
Yeah, she's always been like, she's always.
No, and then you brought me on the road with you, but it was always like, remember, like we went to Chicago, and you were like, pick me up at my hotel. But I didn't have a car, so I had my dad pick you up.
In a cab? Was it a cab?
No, it was his Toyota Corolla, and my sister was with me.
Right.
Poe, and she was in the car, but I was waiting for you in the inside lobby of the hotel.
Uh-huh.
And you went outside, and you were like, oh, I thought that was you.
I was racist?
No, you thought you were being racist, but I was like, you were like, I thought that was you and your dad. I go, that is my dad.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, it was some Chinese motherfuckers in the car. She was like, that's my fucking dad.
And then you got in the back seat, and like, it was just really awkward.
Because your dad don't speak English.
He does. You're just racist.
No. He don't speak a lot of English. Was it he didn't speak a lot of English?
No, he speaks.
But it's so funny
he reads
Ku,
the Chicago Tribune.
He probably knew that you grabbed his daughter's ass.
Absolutely.
And then
You were in between both the daughters, grabbing both their asses in the back?
and then I opened for you in Philadelphia, and you left me stranded without a hotel.
What?
So,
I remember that. I was there. I remember that.
You remember that? And then we went to the last stop where Paul Mooney was playing, and I went up to Paul Mooney, like pretending I was in the audience. When I went up to him, I go, "Excuse me, hi, I'm here from New York doing a show with Donnell, but can I crash with you in your hotel?"
That's what you said, Paul Mooney?
You Me Too, Paul
And I know
Mooney?
he said, absolutely not. I don't fuck with Chinese niggas, nigga. You Chinese nigga, I know you're gonna bring up the coronavirus. Nigga, Chinese nigga, Asian nigga, Korean niggas, and niggas, and nigga.
Oh my God.
But I kept Esther Ku around me, even when she wasn't funny. She just got dope energy, man. She's like a walking soundtrack. And she's so oblivious to what's going on around her when she's performing. She gets into her zone, and that's just it. Right? I remember one time we were doing a show at Caroline, and the set wasn't going well, right? And her last name is Ku, right? And she thought they were saying boo. She thought they were saying cool. She was like, "Thank y'all, I gotta get out of here." Yo, they were like, "Cool." She was like, "Thank you. No, I can't stay. I gotta get out of here, guys. I can't fucking stay. No, I gotta go, guys. No, Donnell, I can't work for you tomorrow. I can't."
That's when we were friends, because like we all have periods of time in our lives when you were mad at us.
Mm-hmm.
And
no,
you
were mad at me for 3 years. 3 years.
Oh my God! You were always mad. You're like
security.
You called me.
All right, first off,
you called me Korean. You
are Korean.
But you hold bigger grudges, and you speak Korean according to your Wikipedia.
한국말로 조금 내가 똑똑해. 알았어, 누나 시끄러. 입 닥쳐.
알았어요. 아이고 참마라 새끼 놈들아.
First off, you're going to have a different tone when you talk to me. Because I'm older than you. You can't look me in my face and speak Korean. You better start bowing, bitch. You better be like, 아저씨. You can't be like, 아저씨. I'm older than you. Nah, but Esther Ku is like, she's dope. She's dope comedian. And I'm going to tell you something. When I say, earlier I said, sometimes where our job is more important. And this was like, she's always on Joke Time and shit. She's always on Joke Time. And I remember this night, we were at the Dime one night. And Dime is a spot in L.A. where you go work out and shit. We were up there, and she was about to go on. And you called me in the back, right? You called me in the back, and you had this look on your face. I was like, what's wrong? And you said, I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then you was like, my mom just passed away. You remember that night? And I was like, oh shit, I felt so sorry for you and shit. And I'm telling you, this is where, like, I don't know how to explain this, like true comedians step. She's like, mom just passed away, and she went on stage and performed. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? And that's
because I wasn't close to my mom.
Okay, that makes sense, but
she killed her mom, Donnell. She tried to tell you she murdered her mom.
Man, I was going Oprah interview.
You were crying.
I'm like this. I'm like this, and then I just went Oprah Gayle King on the thing. I was like, and then you were back there, and then. And
Stop trying to make me cry. You're always trying to make me cry. You're always making me cry.
No, I remember you did cry one time.
That's what.
But no, this is the point.
You always make me cry. That's
all right, okay. Whatever the I didn't know. Whatever the relationship was strained or whatever. The fact that with something on your brain like that, to be able to go on stage, and then the minute you got off stage, you went back to wherever he's feeling. But I thought it was like, God damn, how the fuck do you do that? And that's a real comedian, because one of my mentors told me years ago, we all go through stuff. We comedians, our job is to make people feel good. So when you go on a stage, you got to leave that shit on the side of the stage. You do your shit, come off stage, and you pick that back up, and you go with life. But I didn't know that.
My mom's the reason why I became a comedian, because she's the funny one out of my parents.
Right.
That's why you had you and my dad were like, whatever. But my mom, if you met my mom, she was like hilarious. So that's where I got it from.
You got what? Being funny?
Yeah.
So your mother wasn't that funny?
All right, if you want to
Y'all
make
gonna
fun of
stop
me,
fucking with me now.
can I tell them why, like, I didn't talk to you for a few years?
Why?
Because you got mad at me for something
What?
that I would make fun of you for.
What? I can edit this. What?
I'm like dick size, dick size.
I was
dick
like,
size, dick size.
Bitch, say whatever you want to say. Cut. It's gonna be like this, Donna. You know why I was mad at you? Oh, I love you. Ha! Can I have a drink, a Tito's and tonic? I'm feeling that kind of way. Why? I'm ready for it.
Because, like, so you would always wear these shirts that, like, stop above your pants. And I would kind of, like, give you some, like, fashion tips. I'd be like, hey, Donnell, maybe you should, you know, you don't really have a big butt or a butt at all.
No
so
homo, I don't. Pause, I
Maybe
don't.
you should, like, wear a shirt that covers the backside.
Right.
And I think it hurt your feelings.
You got butt hurt over
Yo,
it?
first off, that's a lie. Because no black man from the hood is going to get mad because he don't got no ass. Thank you. That don't make sense. That was fabricated.
So, and then another time you
Like, I'm going to get some jeans like this. Cool, look at my butt. Does it look good in here? I'm not with it. Y'all.
No,
Okay.
but remember that other time you got mad at me when we were driving to the West Nyack Levity Live? And we were driving and we were like, we're going to get some food on the way. And you were like, what kind of food do you want? And I was like, something healthy, right? But there was nothing but gas stations. So we stopped at a gas station, like, you know, what can you find healthy at a gas station? So I got excited when I saw fruit. There was a bowl of bananas on the counter. And
Do
I
you
was
know
like,
how offensive it is to tell a black guy it's a bowl of bananas on the counter?
but I was just excited because, like, we couldn't, like, find any healthy
Time out,
food.
bitch. You just called me a monkey.
Well,
Yo, you see those bananas?
I grew up watching Roseanne. What do you want?
Okay.
So then I was like, oh my God, bananas! And then we turned the corner of the gas station. You gave me a dirty look. And then we turned the corner, and I go, oh my God, they have watermelon too. And
You hear
made
all
that
those
face.
groans? Those are some black people, bitch. Yo, you just told me you wonder why I'm upset. You
She was
like,
in
oh my
full
God,
blackface.
there's a tree full of bananas and some watermelon, Donnell. You hungry?
No, so then when we got to the hotel, they had a bowl of apples on the counter at the Marriott. So since we were looking, so I don't look racist, I had to get excited about the apples. When we walked into the hotel, I was like, look, Donnell, a bowl of apples.
Yeah, but I wouldn't fuck with you. You went from bananas to watermelon. I know that's a 3-year timeout right there. That's easily 3 years.
Facts.
But you're telling all this fucking shit. But you know, what you won't tell is like, Esther Ku's page, she's very attractive, very sexy, and she just likes being sexy. And we were doing shows in La Jolla, right? And I was like, and then her stand-up, she's got a foul fucking blue mouth. And that's okay. But I don't, like, for me, female comedians that only talk dick this and dick that, it just gets old to me. For a while, I was like,
I do butthole this and butthole that too now.
Yeah, but that was the thing that was getting old to me. And I said to you, yo, this is so funny. I was like, is that how you want people to see you? Is that all you want to talk about? And she was like, well, maybe that's it, Donnell. She said it like she inviting the Me Too to her. And I was like, I was against it, but what can you say?
Nothing.
No. But I feel like you're always an advocate for changing the narrative for women in comedy.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I believe, like, I don't think, like there's no crutches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see a female, like, I see a overweight comic, whatever. It's so easy. Like, your whole routine is about being fat, but we know you fat. Talk about something else. Even when I first started, I started in the chitlin circuit. And the chitlin circuit, black circuit, nigger rooms, whatever you want to call it. And that's just, y'all ain't never heard nigger night? I just made that term up. I'm the only person looked at the flyer. They be like, comedy blowout, oh, nigger night. Def comedy jam, nigger night. Y'all gonna be honest. If I'm gonna be honest, y'all gotta have honest fucking laughs, man. But I remember, and when I first moved from D.C. to New York because I only was in the black comedy circuit, and I was crossing over doing the Main Street rooms. And my first 7 minutes, I had 10 minutes set. My first 7 minutes was like, oh, I'm black, and I'm black, this. And then Tony Woods looked at me one day. He said, man, when they say your name down there, they know you black.
Facts.
He was like, just be funny and just be black later, nigga. And that's what I was saying about that. You know,
You don't even like being black. You listen to Dave Matthews Band.
That does not mean I don't like being black. That meant there was a period of time in my life where I was fucking a lot of white bitches.
Yeah.
That's
I remember it.
What?
I remember it.
Shake me loud,
I remember
baby.
I'm still Facebook
if you
friends with you.
feel what I feel, know you have the answer. I fucked that. It was
I'm
that period.
Facebook friends with those bitches still.
Really?
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
I love
I
them,
have
man.
the one.
When I went through my
You
period.
know which one? That was a long time
When I
ago.
went through my period of time, when I was wearing cowboy belt buckles and shit.
Wide leg jeans.
Why
oh my
like bell
God.
Yo, I know you didn't like them, and
I
that's what I
hated
didn't
them.
want.
Oh my God.
And she was like this. Look, Black Chick said when you was wearing belt buckles and I was like, ew. I was like, bitch, mission accomplished.
Whatever.
He made the dads like
Becky
him too.
wanted me to hear, Becky wanted to hear, I wanna run with you.
I
was dirty as fucker for 3 years straight, nigga. They said, when did it happen? I was like, yesterday. I saw you standing there. And I wanna run with you. What? Like, I never wanted to like prance you out as on the sexual side or like, you know, like, oh, she's like just a vixen type of shit. But you know, with the Me Too movement and everything, what do women do? Because there's a group of women out there that aren't being represented. And those are the women that want to fuck themselves to the top.
Yeah. No, it's an avenue. It really is.
Yo, what? And I'm not that I say I support that.
Or decline it when it's offered.
I'm just saying, those women, they're upset that you're stifling their voice. What do you say to the women that don't want to go to fucking acting school, that don't want to try? What about those women? Do they have a voice?
I say keep gargling, keep gagging, and gag your way to the top. You don't have to have a voice. You just fill it with a dick.
But are those
It still
women?
exists. It still exists.
Are those women looked down upon now?
By who?
The women that don't want to do it.
I have no clue. I think it's all. I have no clue.
It's to each its own, really. I feel like
It's whatever. If you wanna suck a row of dicks to the top, go for it.
All right, let's just do the math.
I'm just saying.
Can we just do
like,
math?
I think taking it away.
Can we do math? All right. I know this is gonna be just very. So there's a woman that likes to suck dick. She just does it for fun.
BBC.
She might have 50 dicks under her belt.
That's it.
And then there's this one dick you can suck that can elevate your career. Do you go for the 50 for free?
Jesus.
If you're already into it, listen. If you've
Quality
already worked on
over
that
quantity.
gag
I mean,
reflex,
what is it?
Quality over quantity.
Okay. So for all the women out there that
for all the young women out there that are trying to get into Hollywood,
don't do it. Hollywood will fuck you up.
Wait, can I just say something seriously though on this topic?
Nothing serious on this podcast.
Listen, yeah, right. People were crying fucking 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, until we found out Ku didn't like her mother.
I know. You helped. Listen, when you brought me into the bootleg, when you had me doing Mashup Mondays, okay, it was 11 years ago. It was me, Ku, Jivanta. There was a girl, Lisa Sobel.
Mm-hmm.
There was Khalees you had on. You had Marina Franklin. You had so many women. I have no clue. I mean, grabbing ass is like fucking nut. You grabbed.
I don't remember that story.
You never tried to fuck me. You never. I mean, I don't know if I should be insulted.
You should.
No, but honestly,
yo, don't fuck her pussy trash.
You brought me to Laugh House.
I heard what the streets were saying. I was like, nah, I'm good. She was like, hey, Donnell. I'm like, let's work on these jokes.
It's all you got.
Go hard or go fucking home. Because I'm not going to get hard and you're going to go home. No, I'm just joking.
No, but honestly, you never, like, it really wasn't. Because it looked, from an outsider's point of view, I'm brand new into comedy, to be getting 5 minutes in front of a real audience on a really good show with a professional comedian that's like a TV star is like, it looks like we were fucking you to get it, and there was none of that.
Yeah.
You literally believed in us. You gave
Are you
us the
filing a
opportunity.
complaint?
No, I'm telling you, like, it's fucking. And even when you were mad at me for 3 years, you weren't talking to me. I was always grateful. Because you said I got brand new and I wasn't black, so I didn't really know what that meant. Just because
Urban Dictionary, Google that. Brand new.
Brand new.
But go ahead.
I know
Finish.
what brand new means.
But you were mad at me because you had moved to LA. By the way, you listened to Empire State of Mind. He would get wasted, all right? 40 would drive us around town. He was leaving. He did like a farewell tour. You're chain smoking cigarettes. The windows are down. You're crying into New York City, screaming this song. He's screaming New York into New York.
Leaving New York.
Then leaving New York.
Brand.
Then you moved to LA, and I came out here. My boyfriend was moving to LA, so I drove him out here to break up with him. It was a weird thing that happened.
Only white people do that.
It was very white.
Only white people drive cross country, listen to country music and shit.
We were listening to Papa
Roach.
Roach.
Not gonna make it time to
It
go.
was our last resort. We drove out here, and then you knew I was in town, and then I couldn't come hang out with you because I was like crying into my boyfriend's lapel or something. I don't know.
Right.
And his flannel shirt. And then you were mad at me for not. You were like, no spots, no love. And I was like, no, it's not about. I literally am like going through, and I couldn't articulate it. Looking back on it, I should have never. I mean, obviously, who gives a fuck? I should have just come hung out with you, but.
Right.
You were mad at me for that. But the whole time you were mad at me, I was never like, fuck Donnell. Donnell's an asshole. I was like, I knew.
But the thing about it, like every example of me getting mad at people, and we talked about in the last episode being narcissistic or whatever that fucking word is. It's like it was like me being mad was only because I was trying to encourage, inspire, or disappoint. It was never like, bitch, don't do this. It was more like, bitch, you can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
But that's what I'm saying. I always knew that. Like, I never was like, fuck Donnell. Like, when you said go hard and go home, like, who knows if you hadn't said that to me, like, where would I be?
Home.
If you hadn't, honestly, I was already doing
You
it.
be giving that trash pussy away in Jersey. No.
Jivanta said home.
That's bullshit. I'm from Philadelphia.
Okay, I'm sorry.
From Philadelphia.
Oh, you done gave that racist hand job. Fuck you, nigga. I'm sorry.
No, but it was like you fucking like you changed my shit. You're my comedy papa. I owe you fucking everything.
Thank you.
Same for me.
Yes, you're very kind to us.
Yo, you seem like you acting right now. Nobody believe your shit right now.
I believe you.
We believe you.
What do you think?
I believe women. I don't.
This show's about.
Have you met my mom?
This show, and it shows about girl power. And I found out in this industry, when it comes to women, situations different when it comes to like love and which one I like. Because women get to a point where they're so driven in their career, where that I want to say miss certain opportunities, but don't like I say in regard to relationships, right?
The eggs are drying up. Is that what you're saying?
No, not that. It's just that like women, when you go hard, like women, they get to a certain point. It's like, oh, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I don't have time for love. I don't have time for a kid. I don't have time for family. A guy can do that a lot longer than a woman, and that's the case with me. I was like, fuck that. And I had my son like really later in life. How do women deal with juggling a career, wanting to be successful, and love and relationships?
I don't know. It's hard because honestly, I get so much of what people want in relationships from doing stand-up, you know? Like, I'm sure I'll be very sad one day. But I do. Like, I've had so many boyfriends that want like more of me. And I'm like, dude, I get it from audiences.
I don't know why they wanted that, but no, go ahead. Son. No, I'm just joking. Yo, they fucking destroyed me for the first 15 minutes of the fucking show.
Did I destroy him?
No.
I did call him gay within 10 seconds of his story. But look at how how tight his pants are. He's wearing rainbow shoes, dude. It's like the fucking gay
White
pride.
girls like pants that's your size. If you're 32, we're 32s, nigga.
Easy.
But whatever, it doesn't matter. I would rather fucking do comedy than like stop doing comedy and then be mad at him, like looking at a motherfucker like you fucking took comedy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
resentment.
That was
Yeah, for me, it's like I put so much into it.
I mean, you
I've
did 2
sacrificed-
shows.
Bitch, my other career.
Yo, after I did that 8-minute snippet, I was like, it's time to retire.
I've
Start a
toured
family.
The whole world. Fuck,
I did 8 minutes. It's time. There's nothing else for me to do in my career. Start a family.
No.
I want to thank my mother, my God, and everything else.
Shut up. No, seriously, it's tough because I'm West Indian and I have the pressures of going back home and everybody's like, "Where's your husband? Where's your kids?" And I'm 33, so I don't want the resentment from whoever I settled with, and I'm not gonna settle. And black don't crack, and 45.
Black don't crack, but it die a lot quicker than white people.
I know that's right. Well, when the time comes, it'll come. So career first for me. I don't know.
And I know you gotta go soon because you gotta do a spot.
Yeah,
That's the
and
that's the
I'm
challenge.
supposed to be on stage right now.
Real quick.
Wait, no, you got time.
If you weren't doing, I know you gotta go. That's the whole thing of comedy. We doing spots. Appreciate you coming. If you weren't doing comedy, what do you think you'd be doing?
I'd be fucking dead.
Really? Mm-hmm. So comedy saved your life?
Mm-hmm. I quit drinking to do comedy.
God damn!
fucking dead,
I know
dude.
motherfuckers that do comedy to drink.
I'd be dead.
Yo, you know what I mean? Nice, I ain't get paid, but got fucked up at that bar, son.
It sucks when they pay you in drink tickets. I'm like, thanks for the Diet Coke, dude.
No, black people, when I was doing chilling circles, them niggas pay you in chicken wings and shit. The
You're
black
sober.
circle, you know you're not gonna get paid when they start off like this. Whenever black promoter do this, well, we didn't get the turnout we expected. How your mama doing? Your mama all right? Did you eat? Did you get something to eat? Nigga, where my money?
I've also seen the shows you've done where you got paid fucking stacks of cash.
Me?
Yeah,
It
dude.
happens sometimes.
I went into Deep Brooklyn with you before. You took me some. I've gotten booed in front of you several times.
I know, but I'm telling you, even
It was
with
the
that,
best.
but even I'm telling you, like,
It
even
was
when, like,
fucking good.
even I know you gotta leave. Even when the thing that I really loved about you, even when the shit wasn't like working out like you wanted to, and I put you in some tough situations, you never had fear in your face, and you never felt like I'm not gonna do it. It always like fuck it.
It was Asperger's.
Yeah.
I've learned to smile.
That's good. But
No,
know
I
you-
love it. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. I would rather be bombing than not on stage.
It's a good thing. I know you gotta leave. Thank
I'm
you
gonna
for
go
coming.
bomb. No, I won't bomb.
Andy Lederman, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye, guys.
Andy
Thank
Lederman. Keep doing your thing, girl. I'm a cash app you too, all right? White people don't have cash app. You got Venmo? What is that? Oh,
Venmo.
shit, me too.
It's
Me
Venmo.
too. She ain't grabbed no ass, another cell phone. Jivanta, what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't in this business?
Doing what I'm doing now. I'm not doing comedy.
Not too many options?
If I weren't dancing, producing, having my own fragrance line, I probably would be a lawyer or a psychologist.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't believe that. Anyway.
No,
cool.
no.
I'm fucking
Fuck
with
that.
you. I'm
No,
fucking-
I was in the law magnet school.
Me neither.
You was in Law Magazine?
I was in
That don't make a motherfucker be a lawyer.
The law magnet school, like so.
Oh, I
I
thought you
went.
said
I had a
magazine.
law. I was in the law magnet program.
So how the Law Magnet School, how they stick the lawyers
So
up on the refrigerator like that?
You have an interview. Shut the fuck up. You have an interview. You take
Wait for it. Let that
tests.
joke marinate. Don't just run through my joke. Law Magnet. How they put the lawyers on the refrigerator like that? Boom, psh. We gonna
Anyway,
get sound
so,
effects.
no, I had a plan. I knew I was gonna go to NYU Law. I thought I'd be this big time lawyer, and then I was dancing professionally at the age of 12, and then I started doing commercials and tours, and I honestly I couldn't fathom a life without living my dreams, and I've been grateful to be able to do that. So
You said live your dreams, and I probably talked this on the podcast once. As one of my women mentors, her name was Just Jones. She was dope, Marine, vet and everything. And I asked the question, and she was like, what do you want to do? What's your dream? And I started naming this shit. She was like, we are living the dream. So in all actuality, being able to support yourself, be able to create a lifestyle for yourself off of a God-given talent, you already living the dream.
yes, yes.
Cool. What you would do? What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't doing stand-up?
I'd be in jail.
You would? You be in jail?
Yeah.
For what? Bitcoin coin scandal.
Who knows? For something.
Right. But what were you doing before you did comedy? You don't think you would have pursued staying in that business?
Stayed in what business? Comedy?
Your job before you started doing comedy.
Oh, I sold pens for Sharpie.
So you realize she didn't remember what she did. This is like the whole Bill Cosby shit. She didn't remember what she did, but she remembered me grabbing her ass, but she don't remember what she did.
Women
Free
never
Cosby,
forget.
nigga. Fuck that. Cosby coming home, man.
Anyway, meet my lawyer.
Yes.
We could settle this right here.
Oh, is she a lawyer, boy? I'm about to win everything.
We're done. I'm willing to settle for $20,000.
No, marketing. You were marketing? Marketing?
I studied marketing and I got a job selling pens in Boston. So, but then I got laid off because I wasn't good.
At selling pens?
Well, no, I was good. My numbers were good.
How the fuck you can't sell a pen? It's like, yo, somebody pull out a paper, you got to sell. You know, that's when you jump in. When you pulling out your pens? When everybody got a pen?
No, the thing is, you know how corporate America is? Like,
I don't
everybody like gossips about you, and everybody told all my bosses, like, oh, she really wants to do comedy. She doesn't really want to sell pens.
Right.
So they found out, and then they just like laid me off once the recession hit.
And fucking, 15 years later, whatever, you're now a pop star? I've seen your videos.
Oh, my...
Are we allowed to play any of your videos?
Yeah.
Can we, like, you're not going to be like, yeah, they be like, send me no copyright shit like, Donnell, you owe me $2 million in ad
Well, no,
spends.
we're still settling the Me Too case.
Yes.
From the ass grabbing.
Me Too? Man, y'all can't Me Too me. I already fucking admitted all the fucking shit I did.
It's null and void.
You're too old to Me Too.
That's who get Me Too. How many young niggas get Me Too? It's all old heads getting Me Too.
The young guys are scared of women.
Yeah.
They don't even
No, young guys, yeah, you know why young guys are
anything.
scared of women? Because young guys are sucking dick nowadays.
That is so true.
Only old heads still eating pussy. I'm old school.
Yes.
Young dudes don't want
They're
no
fluid.
pussy.
They're
Young
fluid.
dudes want dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially this guy with his fucking cardigan. Definitely.
You see what happens? This is schoolyard shit. She getting destroyed. She pick on you. You ain't have shit to do with it. She was like this. What the fuck are you laughing at? Fucking mass shooter in the front row. She ain't want none of this, motherfucker. We together, son. Psych still don't trust white people. Come on, bro. Wakanda forever. This is Black History Month, motherfucker. First off, I want to thank all the young ladies that came on. I love these people right here. I love them. I want to shift it or whatever, but I've noticed, like, when I first started doing comedy, you had different styles of comedy. You had a comic that wrote jokes, storyteller, like a dude that tells stock jokes. Then you had people that do crowd work. When I first started, crowd work comedians they was looked at like they weren't shit. You know, it's like, yeah, I did 45 minutes, yeah, but you did 20 minutes worth of crowd work. That's how it was. People didn't respect the improvisational skills. You had to do crowd work. And then we talk about 20-some years later, one of the biggest parts of comedy right now is just people doing crowd work. I never was one that was against crowd work because I was like, it's one thing to know your jokes and your set, but it's another thing to make comedy happen in the moment. And with that, I'm finding out that people like crowd work and something that's been big. All this podcast world is new to me. All this shit is new to me. People have been very critical of me. Well, you need to do this. You need to put this picture right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, but I didn't. And I want to care, but then I want to say fuck you at the same time. It's tough, right? So I created this hashtag. It's called "Fuck You, Don't Listen."
Sure.
And I'm not responding with it. Just fuck you, don't listen. It's one thing, like motherfuckers that be coming at me. They be like, "Fuck you." They be using these words, cringe, nigga. I didn't even know what cringe meant. I started listening to podcasts, and I'm saying, this is simple. And I know I might be over my head, but if you don't like something, don't listen to it. I don't need to hear your voice of why you don't want to listen to it. Nigga, don't listen. That's it. It's easy. And I ain't trying to judge anybody by their followers. And I get mad sometimes. Then I look, it be a nigga, he got one post, 5 followers. The niggas following 30,000 niggas. So he just on the internet to be like, having a good day, not today. But I noticed I've done podcasts, and the point I'm making is that a big part of like all comedy shows now at the end of a show, like doing Q&As, and the worst thing you do is start a Q&A and people don't want to ask you a question. They're like, nigga, I'm trying to get out of here, man. But I really appreciate this episode. This is the first time I did a live show. I really appreciate you guys. But if there are any questions, and I'm gonna
Wu-Tang.
Shut up. Son, hello?
What up, son?
Son, you being recorded. I'm in the motherfucking, this is my live podcast, right? And I know some people that's, it's not my last, nigga. Why you trying to get me to quit? This is a live podcast, and you was responsible for connecting me with RZA, right?
Yes, my brother, yes.
So, is there a chance that RZA's gonna ever do my podcast?
I think there is a chance. I can never speak for RZA, but I definitely believe there's a chance because he got nothing but love for you.
Y'all hear that shit, nigga? So,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know. It's all good. I appreciate you linking that shit up when we did
Are
it.
you in LA? Because there's a show tomorrow that I want you to come to.
What show?
Czarface show. Inspector Jack and Czarface. There's a show in LA tomorrow. There's a lot of people coming out. You need to be there. Bring the podcast in.
All right, where? Yeah, nigga, I'm there. Nigga, send me there. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, son.
Definitely. You already know that.
Are you gonna be here? You here now?
I'm here now. I'm in LA right now.
Nigga, why you didn't come to my podcast? Nigga, fuck is you talking about, son? Where you at?
I'm in West Hollywood.
Oh, nah, nigga, fuck that. Yas. I'm in West Hollywood. I'm at the Improv. Huh?
You know you ain't going to sleep. You come over here.
Nah, nigga, I ain't fuck with you. I got to interview Monique in the morning. I can't fuck with you tonight. I'm going to hit you when I finish. I'm about to wrap it up.
All right, you coming to the show tomorrow? I'm going to see you there.
100%. I'll be there.
All right, no doubt.
Peace. So what I was saying was, I don't even know how to do this.
Q&A.
Q&A.
Well, can we say thank you for being our mentor,
Yeah.
our friend, our
Daddy.
elder?
I'm telling
Thank
you.
you.
I'm telling you. Every woman, and I really truly believe that women really, they definitely run the world.
Yes.
It can't be argued.
Let's go.
The reason why they run the world is because they create the world. They create, but it's just like, hands down, women are the best shit ever. They get on motherfucking nerves sometimes, but we can't fucking survive or live without them. And as much as people, I understand like women rights and what they want, women have come a long way. When I go to these auditions, when I go to do projects and shit, like the top people in charge, women. But men, you know, we ignorant with certain shit. We have dumb ideas about certain shit, but we changing and we trying to think better. Motherfuckers are trying not to be ignorant. That's one of the best things I think about the Me Too movement is making motherfuckers slow their roll and shit that they thought was acceptable back in the day is not acceptable anymore. And something has to happen hardcore for you to be like, oh shit, I had to change my shit. And for me, that's what the Me Too movement is doing. Now, I don't know how to do this transition from that Me Too to like, anybody got a question about my career?
Yeah.
Nah,
Anybody?
we can do it. It could be short. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, give it to me.
Yes. What? Get up for yeah. Our producer, this nigga know everything. I say something like, we're gonna do yeah. You did, yeah. Anybody? Oh, this is the worst shit. Nigga, somebody better ask a fake question. No, I don't know how to assemble an AK-47.
I do.
I know you do.
Yeah. Anyway, how old did your first open mic?
What?
Your first open mic.
How old were you?
Nigga, I'm an actor. Nigga, I don't ask no age questions. Nigga, you better Google me. Fucking smart ass. My first open mic, I was probably, what? On the military. 23. Probably 23, 22. Yeah.
I always remember you telling me the story about, like, before you booked your first acting gig, you would go to, like, the courthouse downtown and pretend you were, like, relatives of the person who just got, like, indicted. And you
that's not what I did.
You would go on camera.
No, this is what I used to do. When I first moved from D.C. to New York, I wasn't on TV. I couldn't get an audition or anything. So People's Court, right, at the end of every piece, People Court, they would have Harvey Levin come out, right, and he would talk about the plaintiffs and defendants, and he would do a recap of the story. And I knew what it would be, so I would go there every day and act like I was an innocent person just walking past like, oh, shit, what are you guys doing? And like waving the camera. That was my first TV credit, was just fucking bum rushing.
You're so resourceful, you know. You get your acting classes from the courthouse steps.
No, you know what? You can try to make this negative at all you want to, cool. What I'm saying is, like, I need to get on TV, and guess what? It was motherfuckers coming up to me talking about, yo, was you just on People's Court? That was my first credit.
I thought that was amazing. I wasn't putting it down.
Thank you.
Here's another one.
All right.
This nigga got 2 questions. I ain't got no more fans.
What?
He gonna change his voice next. So, nigga, let me tell you something.
What made you want to join the Air Force?
What made me want to join the Air Force? I didn't really want to join the Air Force, but I wasn't. When I was in high school, I wasn't really academically gifted. Not that I was dumb. I just didn't focus on it. I was more with my hands on the creative side. And back then, you know, guidance counselors, they didn't know what to do with a motherfucker like me. So, like, my brother went to Brown University at Georgetown Law. When he went to guidance office, they was like, oh, we can get this motherfucker in Brown, Georgetown, whatever. But me, they pointed to the military posters. It was like, you better choose one of them motherfuckers. You better aim high or be a few good men. And I didn't have really a skill set or anything. And for a lot of black people, that's like a transition in your life is a good transition. You see a lot of blacks in the military. You see a lot of Latinos in the military. Not because they're super patriotic, but because they wanted to get a regular check. They wanted some benefits. They wanted to give themselves an opportunity to get like a GI Bill to go to college. And a lot of people from where I grew up with, military was a good option to getting your life together. For me, it was the first time I ever got on an airplane. It was the first time I went outside of Alexandria, Virginia. I saw people from around the world. So, you know, it was a great transition for me. And whenever I go do shows, people are like, yo, thank you for your service. I'm like, nigga, don't thank me. Fuck with me. You would have been killed in a war. You know, I wasn't white dudes. They be painting their face and shit. They be like, they know all the fucking, they know how to take the gun apart. I'm like, man, if we go into war right now, everybody behind me dead, son. Yeah, but it was like, I don't have any regrets. I really appreciate, you know, serving my country. But it was for me, in my life, that was the best thing for me to do, not to go to jail or be a drug dealer or whatever. It was just a good transition for me.
What was I going to say? I had a question now. Hang on a second.
This motherfucker smoked the same weed I smoked on Joe Rogan's show.
Wait. I quit weed on Monday, actually.
Yeah.
I had to.
No problem.
I was going to ask, when is your the Hat book coming out?
I've been working on that book for like 9 months. The Hat book, what you're talking about is, my father passed away a couple years ago, and I had a box of all of his old hats. And my son, I was going through the box, he said, what is this? I'm like, this is your granddad hats. So I started telling stories of my dad's life through those hats, which made me start telling stories of the hats I like to wear, the chef hat, the airman hats, and everything. Well, I guess to answer your question is, I'm probably a month away from having it really done, because it's good, but I want to get a certain rhythm. I want to get a rhythm for the people that don't like to read out loud or get nervous about reading to their kids, I want to have a rhythm where it's like, it's got a flow. I did it so funny because I did a reading at my son's school. My son's 4, and to teach, they had like book week coming up. And my dumb ass said, oh, I want to do book week. And I forgot, like, I'm nervous about reading out loud. I talked about it on Showtime. Right? I was like, I want to do book week. She was like, she looked at me like, you want to do it? I was just talking shit. I ain't really want to do it. She was like, how's the Thursday sound? I was like, bitch, I ain't ready to read it for them little motherfuckers then. And I pulled it off. I told her I lost my voice. And I did it. And I was nervous as shit because I didn't want to embarrass my son. And it was so fucking funny because they made a big deal. They said, oh, Donnell's coming. And then one day, the day I flaked on it, my son next day, he said, Daddy, I thought you were supposed to come and read our book. I was like, oh, shit, I got to come back. So when I finally went, I'm nervous as shit because I thought I was going to just walk in there. Man, they had all these little goddamn kids in a circle. And you know, George Bishop, you got the little chair. Yeah. You know, you don't read the book at no bar chair, then you got to get down right here. And the teacher was right there, and they left it open. They was like, here's Austin's dad. And my son was looking at me like this, nigga, you better not fucking start stuttering. You know they're going to tear my ass up at lunch tomorrow. And I was so worried, and he was so excited to see me, and I was like, fuck, if I play myself, I will play myself doing something nice for my fucking son. I didn't give a fuck. So I sat down, and I'm like this. I'm used to open. I can go in front of adults or whatever. I'm like, I don't got no opening joke for no fucking 4-year-olds. I'm like this. I don't even got no nigga I can call, like, you got some shit I can do for 4-year-olds? And I know I was a hacky-ass comedian, and I know, I'm telling you, if you ever got to talk for kids, I'm telling you, I started off with this. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And my face was overexpressive. You can't be a thug saying happy you know it. Like, if you're happy you know it, clap your hands, nigga. I was like, if you're happy, look at my face. I was like, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. They was like, pop, pop. It was just one little white kid. He was like this. I was like, I ain't never seen no kid not be happy and you know it. It's like, yeah. I was like, if you're, and I went right there. I was like, if you're happy and you know it. He was looking at me like, I'm not happy. I was like this, you're not happy? He was like, no. I don't even got no other joke for not being happy. So I went to his one friend. I was like, yo, your man ain't happy. Could you make him happy? And then he made him happy. And then I'm telling you, if I didn't get anything out of that, my son was so happy. And y'all look, listen. Y'all know me from the internet world as the interrupter. My son is the little interrupter. I was trying to read the book. I'm like this, and I'm like this. And me and Austin's favorite part, and he was like, no. That's not it, Daddy. And I'm like, son, you know these trolls gonna fucking hate on you. Because trolls hate. And I'm gonna end this show soon, but I got a lot of trolls. And the motherfuckers, fuck you, fuck that. The one troll that hurt me the most, somebody tweeted, corny ass nigga. People like this, oh, I see why you could be offended. He called you the N-word. No, nigga, he called me the C-word, nigga. I've been an ashy nigga. I've been a broke nigga. Corny ass nigga. I want to thank y'all. This was we did last week, my producer, Dury, was like, yo, we got to get on the book. We got on the book. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. He gave me some dates like 2 months from now. I said, fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it. He said, when? Next week. We did this next week. I think I'm out the gate. I really appreciate this. This is going to go nationwide. If you're not already following the Donnell Rawlings Show, make sure you, as my son would say, hit that red button, subscribe, and I will always try to be the realest motherfucker I can. I always try to represent the streets, and I always will be pushing the limits on what's too soon. I'm Donnell Rawlings. Thank y'all. Have a good night. Jivanta Roberts, everybody.
Thank you.
Esther Ku, everybody. And Andy Lederman.
Shout out to Julia. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Deary. Shout out to everybody that fucking worked with me that's not getting paid. Said, fuck it, we gonna build something. I'm Donnell Rawlings. Let's play that. Good night. Let's have a drink.
Thank you.